Okay, we just loaded up and headed to meet the rest of the crew. And this is a Saturday. The hunt actually starts on the public land Monday, but we're going on some lease land today and gonna go hit a bait pile. So come go with us. Hog Wild Volume 3 is starting right here in Louisiana. This is how we do it.
You don't have to be in.
Oh, I know. I was just. We got handed up there though. Y'all we'd have passed y'all. How you, buddy?
Hey, Charles. Well, I got that one collar. Matthew brought that out. I tell you, I put the other collars on that 320 it is. But it just broke the mess.
All right, Jack. Tell them what you expect this morning. Tell them where we at, what we expect to see, and
Yeah, I like the free.
To be honest, I don't know where we're at, but all I know is we're going hog hunting, and I hope we do good.
and you're in Louisiana, right?
I'm in Louisiana, West Louisiana, with my cousin.
Southwest Louisiana.
Yeah.
Kurt, you want to explain to us a little bit about this place and how it's set up and how you guys typically get on the hogs out here? And I know there's never a you're still hunting, there's no catching.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, this is what I call Anacoca lease. A friend of ours is on Chuck Ferris,
Yeah.
and we've got some pretty good hogs. He's got some pretty good hogs coming. He's been feeding, but this is a kind of a hot spot for us. Good, it's thick, but that's where the hogs is at. So, but yeah, we've caught a good one about a couple weeks.
2021 season headed in here. Got him that time.
Last weekend run a hog about 5-6 hours, bait him 4 or 5 times, and he got into a bunch of hogs and they lost him. But anyway, we got some good hogs in here. We're probably going to be able to get on a good one. We'll just have to see.
What you got, Chuck? Think he's fresh?
Looks like a little dry. I know it is.
First hunt. Come down the road a little further and hog across again, a little pressure. They got him jumped.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, they coming. Look, he come right here. Get ready.
They coming right here.
crazy.
What's he doing, Bob?
It just if he after you want to get him for a while, he goes looking for something else some other sows or shelter, something to run through.
That's probably that big hog that's
yeah.
trying to.
Big hog, but I mean, like you say, you run him, he goes getting tired. He's gonna go hitting him where all them hog beds is, trying to find something to put him off on.
Well, what we got going on here? We jumped a hog, and he bayed for just probably, I don't know, a minute and a half. We was getting stuff ready to start going in. He broke. He went pretty much out of our hearing, and now he's just starting to come back into hearing. Yeah, I can hear him now, but I think we're fixing to have to make a move on him. But it's one of them runners, man. When they mix that Russian breed in with these feral hogs in Louisiana years ago, way back in like, I think the 70s or 80s, they become, I mean, like just crazy about just running. So dogs are after them. We'll see what happens. Well, they burning him up. Missed him again. Boys, that's a hog right there now. Just put my hand beside it. Now that's 9 inches. You can see this is his track, and here's his dew claws back here.
They're trying to bait.
I know.
They're trying to bait him right there. There's nothing until he got
So he got on the track.
till he got in there and caught
Yeah,
up to him.
Pop's got a big mouth. I think them things close.
So what we're doing right now is the dog crossed onto another lease property. So Chuck has got permission, and the guy's going to give him the key. And it just showed that the one dog that's still on is on point or tree. You can see right there how he's up on the tree. So we are hoping that he's got the hog stopped. So let's see. Bring it on.
Here's a gate.
Come out.
Got this,
Just picked him up. Though we were disappointed, this would not be the end of this story. Found some more hogs out here. We're gonna put some dogs on them. See if I can smell them. These hogs from way down the road. Finally found where they just turned in. Dogs chewing trees. That hog going up the side of the road here. This is the crew this morning. There's Chuck and Micah, Little Kurt, Matt, Jack. There's Hugh, old Popper right there.
I guess he's
Hey, stick your finger around his beak.
Right there on his nose there. What you doing there, fella? What a pretty sucker, ain't he?
Look at the veterinarian here.
Okay.
Easy.
So,
Dad. I want to hold it.
yeah, he's hurt somehow.
Hey, He came right out of it. I was looking at this old route and he came right out of this trail. And he went right down this right here. Look. Right here.
This trail, boy.
How's today? Thank you, thank you. You doing all right? All right. Yeah, well, as I was talking, I put my hand on your shoulder, you know, like. See, if this is a fit you, I'll wear that one.
He just thinks we're hunting.
If it's
He's
really-
out here enjoying.
I'm the oldest boy named Carl.
Here,
Look at that. I didn't do it. I hate these orange man, don't you? God, there you go. Mustard on my biscuit. All right, everybody. Here we are. It's open morning. This is February the 1st, and everybody got to the house. We had a little breakfast this morning, and just got out. And Matt just found some fresh signs. So, what you think?
We finna try it, see what happens. We got some people with us that's always hunted with us for years, but they got this first time they've been on video. We got Matthew Irvin, my cousin Hugh Walker from Georgia, and of course y'all know Chuck. We got Eric Weed. He was one. I think he was with us on the first one. We got his little boy with us here today, and Jed. We got Samantha and Heath and his.
They're hiding over
They
there.
hiding over
We got
there.
them.
They scared.
We got them right there.
But
Pop Ferris is back there in the truck.
back there in the truck, he's not sociable this morning. He had no coffee. So, but now we're gonna put out here and see what happens.
Hey, when them people comment on them videos, I give Matt's number. I said, man, call this fella right here, son. He'll fix you up. Matt Irvin found some, had them made. They broke again. We just got over here. Gonna find out what's going on with them. Yeah. Oh, look.
Here's a bunch of hogs.
There he is. The dog right behind him. Put some more dogs with him, babe. There we go. Finally got one babe, guys. I killed it. Yeah. You know they won't stop and bait. So you gotta. Come on, walk. Well, we started off this morning. We've been on hog sign all morning, but this is the first hog that we actually caught. This hog and a bunch of small ones that crossed in front of us probably, what, an hour and a half ago?
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if one of the dogs was still running this one, but it crossed in front of Matt, and he put enough power on it to stop it.
Yeah, we've had a tough go starting the season. We ended up losing about 6 of our good dogs before the season opened this year, and kind of got off to a slow start. We got some decent young dogs coming on, but we got some work we got to do. But we're gonna keep on at it, and maybe here for too long get them tuned up, and we'll show y'all some more good hunts.
Some more action.
More action. That's right. So, Chuck, got anything to say? Stay tuned.
Yeah. Hopefully it gets better.
Hopefully it gets better.
This has been rough.
That's on Jeff's first What's his name?
Jed.
Jed, first hog. Right here.
First hog right there.
He's got a big old ram collar.
Yeah, he does. Well, they just started baying. We're right here at like 5:15, 5:30.
5 minutes before dark.
And hopefully we can end the first day here in the WMA with a good hog. We've only caught one hog so far, so here we go. Let's see if they'll hold him.
Yeah, he's still barking there.
$4.80 from him, Chuck.
Crap, he's running. It's moving on like this.
Oh, he getting close. All right, go ahead. I can't even see the hog.
Gizmo, chill out, boy. Chill out. Leave that one.
All right, Irvin, I can't pull it through all this stuff.
Well, I'm gonna hold on, buddy. You can pull it back this way. Well, then, chill out. She's got sense once you get her. But then, quick. That's the one I used to make her sit down when I was out in the field.
All right, I got it.
Oh, running fast. She's been caught for her. That's a weird little thing we're running different than any of them.
All right, everybody, this is the end of day one here in the WMA. We finally just caught our second hog. It's been slow, but finally got some action. Old Irvin's dog pulled it off at the last minute here. What do you think, Chuck? Maybe we broke the ice.
It's been a long day. Yeah, hopefully we broke the ice. We broke the ice.
Here's the crew right here, y'all. What you think, Huey?
Good deal.
Good deal. Irvin, babe,
Better.
got to be proud of them yeller dogs.
That's for sure.
All right, so we're getting ready to go, and a guy just sent us a picture of a hog that was at his feeder last night. So switching plans a little bit, we're going to meet him. Let's see what happens. Went with it, didn't they?
You know, up yonder.
Listen, let me tell you something. Everything we seen up there was
He's gonna do good. He's gonna make sure he ever get in.
We're just turning loose right on this track.
All right, folks, so friend of ours had a hog on the feeder this morning, or in the middle of the night. We put on him anyway. Long story short, they jumped him. He's been running now probably a little over an hour, and we're trying to get some fresh dogs in there on him. And we finally got up here close enough. We had to go on foot where we could find where they're crossing at, watching the GPS. Anyway, we just poured some new dogs in there. They should tighten things up pretty good, and hopefully here get him shut down before too long. Shows to be a pretty good hog, so if we can get him stopped, we'll show you guys something.
Have some good action.
Have some good action. Told some after just told him, she said, "Look, let me take him with red, and I'll get him trained for you, you know."
Yeah. So.
When a man sells his dog, that's
Hey, I needed
bad, ain't it?
Especially when he got him for nothing.
Yeah. All that, he got it for nearly nothing. Turn around, he broke the hog dog code.
He broke
The
the.
man gave him a deal on him, and then he turned around and sold him. You know, that man could have got more money from him. You don't. That ain't how the hog dog works.
Tell me more. This is the breaking of the bro code here, ain't it?
Yeah.
We ready, so we finally got to him. We're fixing to go. Okay, Chuck, I'm gonna ease in and get set up. I'll tell him.
Cause I'm gonna get set up with mine too.
Yeah. Alright. I'm going in to get set up. The guys are bringing the catch dogs in.
Come, sucker.
Got them dangerous cutters, boy.
Get that black dog off him. He can't cut his way.
Oh yeah, baby. All right, everybody. This is the rest of the story from what started this morning. David Hickman gave us a call and had this nice male on camera last night in the middle of the night. We came down and dropped out on him. And I'd say we've run him 3 hours, 4 hours? Close to 3 hours. And many miles later, but here we go. Tell them what happened.
Well, we put out on the feeder. Mr. Hickman had told us he had been on. They left there trailing him. I would say went probably close to a mile before they actually jumped him. And then after we got him jumped, we went running with 3 dogs until we could get on a crossing. And the video you'll see where we got to where the dogs crossed out. We turned a little bit behind the other dogs, but we had pretty fast dogs. We put in behind them, but from there I'm gonna say came, I don't know, overall probably somewhere between 5 to 7 miles.
Yep.
And we finally got around here where he was at, and hopefully I think we got got y'all some good video footage of him. Of very few times that we ever bay in anything that's open like this, but today just happened to be one of those days. And so it's a good day in Louisiana, February the 2nd.
Second, yeah.
2nd. Good to have everybody with us.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all know, I think you know everybody that's in the video. But
and thanks to David for letting
us come.
Thank y'all for getting him.
Less corn to feed.
Yeah.
All right, show him his teeth, Matt. If you can. There we go. All right. All right, let's take a picture while everybody's still right there. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining us. This is Hog Wild by Ramsack Nation. This is volume 3, and we're here in Louisiana. Got my dad, Kurt Walker, who was the one who started me and my brother hunting from a very, very young age. And so I thought it would be a good idea to sit down and go through some of the history of hog hunting from the time he made the move from Georgia to Louisiana. And so I'm going to kind of ask him some questions that I think our viewers would really, really enjoy, and just a little bit of the process, how it was in the old days, I guess would be the way to say it. But I've got some pictures that I'm going to put in here as we talk. So some of the names of the people that we're going to talk about: Corny Jean, Paul Slick, Paul Randall. We're going to have some of those pictures in. We're going to have Dad with some of them with some hogs that they killed way back in the day. So here we go. I hope you enjoy this. First question, I think that everybody would be helpful for our viewers at least. When you moved from Georgia to Louisiana, what year was that?
77.
So 77. Okay. Now, when you moved here, this was before the stock law was in effect.
Yep.
There was still free range in most of the what would have been considered the public lands then, WMAs or.
Well, it was open land. Everybody had to close in your garden with a fence because they could run into roads or anywhere.
So you were responsible to.
That's right.
to close in your
Yeah.
gardens because the livestock could
range
free range.
house. Yeah.
So what most people might be thinking as far as the way that people kept up with their livestock would be a brand, an ear tag, or a mark.
Yeah, most of them was marks.
So it was a mark.
Yes.
And that mark would be in the ear.
In the ear, yeah, and it would be registered with the courthouse, or court, and it's just a pretty well known thing. Everybody knew everybody's mark, and they kind of,
Honored that.
Honored
It was
that.
an honor system.
Yep.
And so at that time, and especially we're talking specifically here about hogs. So there was an ear mark. That was pretty much the main way that people kept up with their hogs.
That's right.
And so back then, you had to have a mark registered through the courthouse. And you, at what time was it that you, because I know you started helping Uncle Corny, kind of, that was where it
Yeah.
started. But then you bought your own mark about
From him.
From him.
Yeah, in probably the 80s, 83, probably, 83.
So he was getting older,
Yeah.
and you had hunted with him now for several years.
For a few years.
Yeah, and then so you bought that mark in the early 80s, 83 or so.
Yeah. I bought part of his mark in a location. He still had a mark, but he let me have a mark that was
In a kind of a separate
yeah,
location. So at that time, you would have areas that you kind of, your hogs were in, that you kept marked, where you marked the pigs from those sows.
Right.
And again, it was an honor system. So say you made a bunch of hogs, and predominantly the sows were marked in somebody else's mark.
Right. We would usually get the dogs off of them, or if it was handy where we could mark the other man's mark, we'd put them in the mark,
Whatever the man who owned those hogs. And so there was kind of boundaries that everybody knew or respected. It was kind of an honor system.
Yeah. But I mean, hogs would go into other people's area, and you just, if you kill one, or if you seen one and you knew the people wanted one, you just killed and carried it to them.
Carried to them because they was in it for the meat, and they needed people needed the meat and use the meat. So I remember. Now I think this would have been in the late '80s or early '90s when you bought a second mark.
Right. A friend of mine, Edgar Jeter, I bought his mark out in the river bottom. The mark that I'd bought before from Uncle Corner was in the Piney Woods.
Okay.
Yeah.
So two separate locations.
Yeah.
Bought another mark. I remember us starting to hunt in the river bottom at that time. Now, what year would that have probably been in, Daddy? You even?
Probably the 90s, what they call it.
I was thinking it was
Early
91,
90s.
92.
Early 90s.
That sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now from this point, how long was it before what we refer to as the stock law came into effect?
The last term that Uncle George
Served,
I think they done what they call a right-of-way law, meaning you stock could still run in the woods, but they wasn't illegal until they got in the right-of-way, in the road.
in the road.
And they passed that to keep from having a full-fledged stock law. They was trying to head off what I understand what would be a no trespass law. Anyway, it was probably the latter
Of the 90s.
Yeah.
98. So just to clarify, Uncle George Jean was the
Police German,
police German of
which
Vernon
are
Parish.
or would be a county commissioner in other states.
And others.
but-
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
And
But,
so his daddy run cattle, hogs, etc. on
Right.
public land.
Right.
So what he done was trying to help the people who ran livestock.
And the other Polish German were of the same mind. You know?
Right.
But I mean, it's kind
So, so basically what happened was the right-of-way law kind of switched things to where now people who used to have to fence in their gardens, etc., to
Yeah.
keep the livestock out, people who ran livestock started fencing along the highways, if I remember correctly. There was to keep their livestock off the highways.
Yeah.
I
And
remember that.
they done that anyway, though. See, they would take and run in these pastures in public land and everything, but they would try to keep the fences up off the highway to keep cows from being. It wasn't illegal for them to be, but they realized that, you know, you really need to try to keep them off
Keep
the
them
highway.
off.
So we all worked on the fences and tried to keep them off the highway.
And I remember, and for people who watch this that might be from around the same area we are, I remember, and I was a kid, but I do remember on File Road, you going and us being kids, but we were there with you,
Yeah.
but building that fence
Yeah,
down File Road.
that's right.
And I don't remember how many miles that would have been of fencing, but it was
It was probably 3 miles, I imagine.
3 miles or so of fencing.
But I mean, we worked on that fence, plus we worked on the one on 464 too, you know, different places. So.
Right, right. So somewhere in the late 90s, it started going from a right-of-way law, though, it progressed to what we refer to as a full-fledged stop law. Implemented it.
Yeah, they didn't really do it. As far as I could tell, I requested for the state to send me the paperwork on where they had made that the law, and they never did. But
it kind of evolved into this
that's right.
where
Nobody didn't buck it, and it was just kind of a understood thing that that's what they was implementing.
we have a WMA that's over 50,000 acres. That's right here. It actually joins Dash property, and we refer to it as the Piney Woods. That's what you referred to it as a minute ago. But that area is where one of your predominant marks was.
Right.
And I remember when they started pushing, it went from people who were deer hunting in there shooting marked hogs that at one time would have been completely illegal. It would have been the same as shooting somebody's cow.
That's right.
But then the game wardens, etc., started really pushing for hogs to become not stock, but wild game.
Open game.
Open game.
And to do that, really, you've got to do like the state of Texas, which I won't get into that, but anyway, they hadn't done that yet. It's still recognized as livestock.
Right.
But anything they can't regulate, they want to pretty well do away with.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I don't remember exactly what year it was, but for the most part, we quit marking hogs, per se, you know.
And quit claiming.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the deer hunters were allowed to shoot them then according to the state. And so all of that, I want to do a little bit of the history, but all of that kind of brings us to where we are today, which is now anybody in deer season can shoot at any hog they see, marked or unmarked, and that's completely legal according to the state. And then what we went to now is actually what we're doing is the month of February is now the only month that you can take dogs and enter a WMA and hunt hogs.
Right. Yeah.
So now what they're wanting us to do is every hog that we catch on WMA property it has to be dead before it leaves the property. So that's what we're doing here now is we're trying to hunt and catch some hogs. It's a whole lot different than what we used to do when we marked them and kind of kept up with them. But what do you have to say as far as for how this has turned out? How much different is it from the old days to now?
Well, I mean, it's a lot different because you know you was a lot freer. when they got taken away rights of any kind, then you wind up on the short end of the stick. The government always dictates, you know, what you can and can't do, and that's basically what this has come to. And but I would like to see it where, if you know, any kids, and always like to try to promote young people to hunt and stuff like that, to enjoy the same kind of stuff that y'all as kids raised up, and you could keep kids off the streets, and they would have something to do and wouldn't be so prone to get into as much trouble, you know. So, but it's just I would like to see it where they tried to take care of the hogs as much as they do the deer. See, states can control the deer, but they don't control the hogs, and they are a nuisance to a point. But you know, they shouldn't want to kill, just completely annihilate them. Yeah. You know, because they've got a place in the woods too.
Yeah, in the ecosystem as well, huh?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I as many people as I can, you know, talk to about it. I try to, you know, keep them from being just wanting to kill every one of them that they see, you know.
Right. Yeah, and I think that a lot of people, even hog hunters, that don't come from exactly the same places we come from, where we used to mark. We kind of kept up with hogs that we marked in a certain area. We knew which ones roamed in that area, you know, and now to see it like it is quite a bit different, because now they're making us kill every hog that we catch, you know, in the WMA. So it's a lot different for us, but we've had to adapt, and
it's good to still be able to hunt, you know.
It really is. So before we wrap this up, do you have anything to share about Uncle Corny Gene, or Paul Slick, or Paul Randall? You gotta.
Well, I just gotta hand it to them, because they're the ones that really give me a lot of the knowledge that I've learned, you know, down through the years. And my pa-in-law Randall was he was an excellent hunter. He knowed a lot about all kind of hunting, but hogs. He was a good hog hunter. And then Pawpaw, he'd been doing it all that many years before him. So they were both good hunters, and I learned a lot from them, and Uncle Corny also. Yeah. But it was just a joy to be able to hunt with them. Yeah. I always liked to sit around and listen to older men than what I was anyway. So I'd listen to all their stories, and they'd tell me, you know, and I could just imagine being back in the time that they was raised up, you know, because it was even a lot different then than what it was 40 years ago when I come here, and it was so much different here than it was in Georgia. You know, that's what I'd always dreamed about. I'd heard my mama talk about them having no, you know, they didn't have a stock lawn running out in the woods. Yeah. But I never had seen it on that wise, other than just hogs in the river bottom, stuff like that in our part of the country. But there never was any free roaming livestock, you know. Yeah. That was one of the main things that stood out to me when I come here, and I was going over in Texas. I remember seeing cows and all over the road and everything. Yeah. So you know, it was pretty different. But
well, what about so one thing I wanted to put in here too was, we were talking about this a day or two ago, but we was talking about how good that Uncle Corny knew the woods.
That's right.
And this was before anybody thought about any tracking system, you know, anything. You just turn your dogs loose, and you'd have to keep up with them. I remember when we'd lose a dog, you'd put out a jacket where we dropped the dog out at, and if we didn't find the dog would come back, and we'd pick it up most of the time laying on that jacket. Yeah. But
I learned that from Randall.
Did you?
Yeah.
And then but I was hearing you tell a story about Uncle Corny, when a hog would run from the dogs, he could just about tell you where it was going to cross.
That's right.
Where it was going to go. You know,
yeah.
what thicket or what green branch it would be in.
Yeah, we'd be hunting, and if the dogs made and he heard it or whatever, if I didn't know exactly what, he'd tell me exactly. You could almost go by his signs of how he tell you to get there, and he knows exactly. He knows them woods backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
He's a real woodsman, and that's what everybody called him, even the place he worked down there, and that's what the people in this part of the country was called in Lake Charles, was the woodsman.
The woodsman?
Yeah, because we were, in the woods area.
Hunted the piney woods
that's
area.
Right, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Country,
Yeah. Yeah, and we got some pictures that I'm going to share right here that Dad and Uncle Corny, man, y'all was always scraping hogs and getting the most out of the hog that you could.
Yep.
Whether it was hog head cheese or bacon or, rendering the fat, whatever.
That's right. That's right.
Used everything that they could use.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate y'all coming along with us. This is our, as I said before, this is our third volume of Hog Wild. It's something we're very passionate about. We've talked about videoing for years, and we finally just started doing it 3 years ago. And I think people are really, really enjoying it, getting a lot of views on these videos. And so we just appreciate you coming along for the ride. We've got 2 days left. We're right kind of in the middle of our hunt. We've got 2 days left, and already got some good footage, but we're going to get some more good footage and put this together. So thank y'all for coming along on this ride. Checking a feeder right now. Good morning. Ramsack Nation, baby. We just found our first hog track that looks really fresh. We had put out on some others earlier, but we just found where he went in. Right here, turned and went up the side of this slough. So we're fixing to get some dogs out and see. It's a big hog, so let's see what happens. Well, the dogs crossed the creek. Anacoca Creek, and swum that joker. So we headed to them. They've been baited now for about probably 15-20 minutes anyway. How far is it off that road?
Look, they're right on this road right here. But
Oh, really? Oh, we had to get permission. Come way around here. But they're bad. I'm easing in ahead of the guy to try to get the camera set up. So come along with us. We're getting close. Hey, hold up, Bubba.
Back up, dog. up. Hop.
That's how we time right here, boys.
Steven, you getting anything over there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
What you think? How far was
He kept breaking. He broke probably about 150 yards. He just kept moving.
he was in that bottom, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in that open bottom. No, it's a male.
Yeah, about 140.
Tell me about it, Matthew Walker and Heath. Huh?
Well, put on him this morning about 2 hours ago, something like that, and he bayed for just a minute. Whenever they found him in the bed, about 5 minutes before we get to him, he broke and run. I imagine they run him somewhere around probably 6-7 miles, I figure, and got over here. Had to get permission to go on some other land, and they gave permission to come in here and get him. And we left the trucks walking. We got the whole clan with us here today. And,
Lexi, Sam, Macy, Chair, Little Kerr, Huey, Chuck, Matt and Heath.
Oh, no, put it right on. But it's been a slow week, been a bad week. Like I said on the other last hog we caught, we've been down some good dogs this year, and we got some decent young dogs, but they need a lot of work. And but we keep finishing some of these up like this. Won't be long. We'll be back in the game again.
I guarantee you, boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're getting better. They knocking the rust off of them every day, ain't they?
Yeah, and when you set them up from the beginning of bow season, which is September, all the way to February, the dogs that you had started pretty good. It kind of takes a little while to get them back in the swing of things, but they starting to pick up a little bit. And
I believe so.
it's the second decent male we've caught with them, so we're gonna see if we can't catch some more for the days over. Today's February the what?
I think this is the fourth, ain't it?
Fourth. I'm scared to death.
Say you look scared.
Yeah.
Thought you were back out.
Yeah, I'm scared.
I thought this fat boy was behind.
All right, baby. Hog Wild Volume 3 right here, son. Finally. We got it. On a roll, hopefully. Second good hog. Only the fourth hog total, but the day is still young. Let's go, huh?
Hey, we done found one another and cross the road over there. We fixing to go back, see if we can't get him up. Ain't one thing better than doing it one time in the day. Let's do it 2 or 3 times.
That's right.
Let's go try it.
Y'all want to get Heath to talk a little?
Yeah. All right, what we about to do here, Bubba?
We're gonna pull him out the road and
We're cutting us a little green yo palm.
yo palm bush to drag him with, and he'll be some good eating.
There you go, babe. Hey, number 4 down, son.
Been slow,
Been slow.
but hey,
Yeah, but it's been fun, though.
fun.
And I mean, the day's young, babe. Golly, boy. My gosh.
Laying down. Liam right there.
Hey, that's a good way to trade out there, Chuck.
It was.
They run him. A lot of excitement.
These swamps in Louisiana are no joke.
I'm telling you, boy. You know about work your legs out. Babe, to the road.
No, I'm not.
you
Hold
gotta
your
get it
arm
down there
parallel
close.
with him like this.
You measure his tail. You can tell how old he is.
No, I'm not, really.
Seriously, you gotta put your finger right along his tail.
Corn root.
Ready? I knew you were kidding.
Oh, we barely missed him. Oh, no, no, no. And that's the one we're after right there. We got a big one on the run, y'all. I'm trying to cut him off. We run a big hog like this a few days ago. We think it's the same one. But hopefully we can get him stopped. We had him stopped for a minute and the dogs run into him. But here we go, stay with us.
Keep right there, Steve.
Call him, call him, call him.
Go. Got him bayed right there.
Woohoo! Let's go, son.
I got him.
This might be the highlight right here, son. All right, guys, this is the big one. We've been trying to get him. We run him Saturday. A mile. I'm gonna try to go across right here. Man, if we can get this hog, I think he's gonna be the highlight of Hog Wild 3. Let me see if I can get across this. No, I can't get across that. That's a stinking lake. I gotta go down.
Go ahead, Hugh. Okay, so this is my cousin Hugh. This is going to be his first haul to catch some woods. This is a big one. And he's watching us catch a few. He's fixing to go in there and try it for himself. So he said Casey, he loved it. He went out.
Hey, if this is it, baby, you know I went down hard.
behind him, Hugh. Get him by the tail.
All right, watch out, Matthew. Go left, go right. Go right there, right there. You got it. You got it, baby.
Somebody get this blue boy off with me. Come on here, grab this black dog. Just hold your weight on the rear like that. Here. Just hold the pressure on. Hot. Okay. I'm gonna put this off pretty good. Alright. Here's our lead. Hugh, give me a piece of that mule. Give me a piece of that mule tape. Baby, that's a story there, boy. Good boy. Thought Hugh, when I get this foot down, I'm gonna go the ball. Would you bring my camera and stand, bring it up here? Good. Hey, we're done an interview with Hugh back there. Yeah. Gonna be his first hog. He told Casey, he said, baby, this is it. Remember, he said, I went out fighting. You done good, Hugh. Oh, yeah.
Couldn't get to it.
Last leg, show them how we do it, man.
Double half hitch always, baby.
Here we go. Put it across that leg.
Right there, suck him down.
Tighten it up. A little over, just lay it out right here. Right there.
That's it. It's done deal, boy.
Right there.
That's good.
Hey! Hey!
Got it, baby.
That big sucker.
Hey, he's a big one.
Yeah, boy.
He couldn't fly. He couldn't fly. We put too much heat on him today, boys. Hey, that thing's got shields all the way. Like, look at this. All the way right here, he's got shields. Hey!
They had to break her off.
Son!
Bit her tongue.
Good job.
Right there.
Look at that joker over there leaking. Hey, Chuck, look at your demon dog over there.
That one on there is going to beat it. You better watch your pants there. She gets blood all over you.
Look at that old demon dog there. She bit her tongue.
All right, baby.
Come here, baby.
Let's do this.
I got you.
You hold this one for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all go catch the dog, guys. Come on. All right, everybody. Hog Wild 3. And man, this is one of the highlights right here. This is a big old hog. Huey's first hog to catch. And what do you think about it, Huey?
I'll tell you what, bud. It's a pretty good hog right here. I'm used to catching them 400 or 500 I tell you, no, I'm gonna be honest with you. This was a fine hunt, just like the rest of them have been. It's kind of cool to get to see what y'all have done all these years. And raise up on one cause, it got my heart rate going pretty good.
I guarantee.
Pretty good.
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to get this hog on out of here, and then we'll set up and take some good pictures. So we'll kind of do a better interview when we get him out.
Stay tuned, Matt. This hog here last Saturday, he put it on us, and we run him for forever. And we put the right combination of dogs on him today, and knew he's the same hog. And he still running good, but I don't know, probably an hour and a half we got him shut down. So we got a little bit of history with him.
Yeah.
We've been after him, and we put the right combination together on him today, and he went down. Yeah, when we get out here in this water, we're gonna let him sit, cool off a little bit.
Yeah, I think we should go right like this. Hey, Huey the hog wrangler.
I'm about ready to get down there in some of that mud and start ripping it.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you think about that?
Hey, y'all come on, that thing.
He said, hey, y'all come on.
Y'all come on, we ain't got all day.
Yeah, boy, we got him now. All right, got it.